Okay, so forgive the lighting. It's sunny outside. I'm from the UK, so I'm taking advantage of it by having all the curtains and windows open and stuff. So that's the light. This weekend was WASD, and we are not long after finishing WASD. The blues are still in effect, but here is a mini video diary, if you will, of the event. It started on Thursday the 25th, went all the way through to Saturday the 27th of April, and it was a blast. So let's talk about it. The event was in the Truman Brewery in East London, Shoreditch, and there were a host of indie games, talks. Devolver Digital had this massive area where they had like almost like a LARPing stage, if you will, where you could go and dress up and take photographs with the Cult of the Lamb, which was walking around, which was absolutely awesome. I got a few of my photos taken there. Absolutely amazing. First of all, I did a fit check. If you didn't see it on TikTok, then go find it. I thought my fit check for the Thursday was okay. It was comfy. It was cozy. I looked good, but it was cozy. This was followed up by me attending the event where we saw games like Harvest Hunt, The Last Spartan, Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip. Sorry, try saying that 5 times fast. Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip, Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip, Tiny Terry Turbo Trip, Tiny Terry Turbo Trip, Tiny Terry Turbo Trip. It doesn't even make sense anymore. But anyway, we saw games like that and Battle Juice Alchemist. But Thursday was absolutely backed. So I didn't actually get to sit down and play any games, but I did meet some content creators. I met with some publishers. We had a chat. I had a nice walk around. I listened to a couple of the talks that were on, and I got beer. Cult of the Lamb made their own beer after hours of walking around, thankfully in my walking boots, which are nice and comfy. I did my wrap up for the day and then got ready for Friday. Now, Friday was a special day because Friday was a lot calmer. So I actually got to sit down and play some games. And also, Friday evening, we had the creator event that was hosted by Wired Productions. Thank you, Wired Productions. Talk about that more in a minute. So I actually got to sit down and play some games. I got to play games like Deadly Path, which is I can only explain it as a puzzle card game. Strategy puzzle card game. Really interesting, really weird, quite difficult. I also got to play games like Syncognito. Think Lethal Company meets Among Us meets Deceit with ragdoll physics. Interesting game. Very interesting game if you're into that sort of community event stuff, which we are in the Kingdom. We like our community event stuff. I also played Harvest Hunt, which was a very cool game. Wickedly drawn, awesomely animated, great atmosphere. And also there was a game called Krieg's Front Tactics, which is basically, imagine XCOM with mechs. Strategy, RTS, mechs. I only got to play a demo, which was kind of short. Got to go through one mission, take out a bunch of mechs. It left me with a lot of questions, like good questions. Like, where do we go next? Do we get to customize the mechs? Do we lose the operatives that were piloting the mechs in your previous mission when the mechs get taken down? All of these questions that I was like, I want to know more, which is always good when a game leaves you wanting to know more. I also got to sit down and meet with the developer for Battle Juice Alchemist, which is a game I didn't play on the day, but I have covered previously on YouTube. If you'd like, I can get you the link. Really cool, like styling and look and feel about it. And I sat down and got to speak to the dev because they had these little screens next to the screens that you're playing on, and you got to speak with the devs and directly talk with the devs about the game that you were sitting at, for those who couldn't be at the event. And I thought it was a really good way of interacting with the devs, let alone because they couldn't be there, but also just having the screen there and then the game there, and you have the headphones on and you can fully immerse yourself in what you're doing and talk to the devs at the same time. Really cool. I really like the way that worked out. WASD, by the way. And then so we went on to went around, did some bits pieces. I'm sure I'm missing something. Took more photos. Got to chill out in the creator section, and then went to the creator event after 6 p.m. Now, I really appreciate Wired Productions for putting on the creator event. It was awesome. I got to meet some people. I got to, schmooze and talk to people more. But it was more of a creators mingle than a creators event. We got free t-shirts. Awesome. We got a free drink. Awesome. We got to meet with the people from Wired Productions, who were, by the way, fucking amazing. And then it was just sort of like, cool, now go do what you do. I think it could have done with a bit more structure, but I was made aware that apparently there was no creator event actually sorted out by WASD, and therefore Wired Productions stepped in and went, hold my beer. So that's cool. I still appreciate it. I do. I don't want you to think that I don't appreciate it. I do. I'm just being honest about it. And then we moved on to Saturday. So Saturday was the final day. I took the whole king brood with me. So there was me, Queen, the princess, and the prince. We all went and enjoyed the day. We met up with some friends. We met up with Brian Dredd, Pandemonium, and Binzy. I'll put some photos in here. Tried out the VR game Arcade Paradise one more time. Took some more pictures at the Devolver area. And then basically swanted through and called it a day. It was a very, very good weekend. I was so happy to be invited as a content creator. I appreciate WASD. I actually think that realistically, out of all of the events that I've been to so far, this was the most influential for meeting people, talking to people, and creating connections, which has been hugely helpful. So I do appreciate that WASD for that. I obviously have been doing bounties for Just About, which they were part of the WASD thing as well, which is awesome. And also Fourth Floor, who set up the content creator area. I really appreciate you guys as well. Really, really great weekend. Fucking fantastic weekend. All in all, WSD gets a good 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 crowns, I think. Maybe 9. Maybe 9. It was great. It was great. So if you have a chance to go to WSD, either this year or next, if there is another WSD later on in the year, or if it's just a once a year thing, then go to it. Whether you're a creator, a gamer, a viewer, whatever it is, go check it out. It's absolutely awesome. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.